Welcome everybody to Tuesday Night Modern. Speaking of the elf deck, we've got a nice one.
Oh, do we have the elf deck? We're opening Eternal Masters packs out here.
Double mold at 6.
Hunting our Jaces.
Yeah, we're looking for Jaces tonight.
And Blood Braid Elves. Since my co-commentator here, the handsome John Douglas, has decided it's a Spews Day. I'm gonna buy
Spews
some packs.
Day Night Modern.
I'm gonna Spews Day myself and hopefully hit some Jaces.
Yeah, we're playing the Jace lottery, like everybody in Modern is currently.
I am the curmudgeonly Taylor gun.
I don't know if curmudgeonly is an actual word, but I'll give it to you. I understood.
I want to be. I don't know what.
Miserly would work there.
Well, here's the thing. I'm angry about this Jason ban.
Oh, you're angry.
Yeah, I guess I'm just the angry Taylor gun tonight.
The angry Taylor gun.
All right, here's our final rare coming up as Luke plays out his turn 1 Elvish Mystic FNM promo. Congratulations on winning that FNM, Luke.
Congratulations, Luke.
And or having the $5 to buy it from a dealer.
There's no way that's $5.
All right, we'll look it up here. Ooh,
Also
John
not
got a
$5.
Crater Hellion. This is his rare from the
Yikes.
EMA packs.
Yikes.
All right.
Not where you want to be. All right,
Shadow
so
with a turn 1 Thoughtseize.
Not the best start against Elves, but
Concur.
being able to take this collected company could be a big deal. It doesn't look like he really has a lot of other play. He's got all the ramp, but he's ramping into more Llanowar Elves, so.
Ooh, $3 for the FNM Elvish Mystic.
I'll give you $1. That's as high as I'm going.
Well. Oh, are we turning on the webcam back here, John? Jake? Whoever the spotter is out there? I don't know why I just said John.
A lens on it.
So eventually, we are going to have a webcam on us back here so you guys can see what we look like.
Yes.
I'm sorry ahead of time.
Yeah, I sincerely apologize for what we're about to subject you to.
This was not our idea. I've been going to the gym, so like maybe I'll do like an Alex Jones with my shirt off.
Please don't.
Looking all beefcakey.
Please no. All right, looks like here comes an army of mana dorks.
Yeah, I think you just have to play Llanowar Elf here to try and get off the collected company on turn 3.
Yeah, there's no way Patrick didn't take collected company without another Thoughtseize backup. And here it is. I mean, that's what you have to play for, but at the same time, it's like, that ain't happening.
Thoughtseize is a card that's really increased in value here since,
yeah.
I mean, Thoughtseizing somebody's Jace is one of the few ways of interacting with it.
Attacking with it is... Or
attacking Jace?
Yeah, sometimes you just attack Jace. You just beat his face in.
I will venture to say that few people will be able to attack Jace. If you put Jace in a deck, you're designing that deck so that Jace doesn't get attacked.
Few people.
Well, I mean, obviously you're gonna orchestrate. I mean, you might be able to resolve like a reality smasher
Or like a Blood Braid Elf.
Yeah, I'm counterspelling the hell out of the Blood Braid Elf.
All right, well then I get a free whatever else comes up, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes life gives you lemons. You just gotta lemonade them up, bro. All the mana for Luke Browning. Still can't get through this 2-2. About to be a 3-3. At minimum. Probably just a 3-3.
He needs a Regal Force.
Or a collected company.
Sure. I'm on that. I've been building Commander deck for about 2 days, so I'm on that Commander train where I'm always just like, oh, what's the most expensive, crazy, powerful card I can play here? What?
Come on, Bobby. Come on, Bobby. Come off of it.
Is Bobby Bruggs in the chat? So, if you guys are brewers out there,
Or Brugers.
if you're a Brueggemann, Boy, does this guy in the chat love to brew. He loves to discuss brews while he's drinking a brew. And there's a pot on the stove just a stewing.
Going a little deep on this.
Yeah, I'm just saying, friend this guy, and you guys can talk about your brews until the end of time.
Literally.
Yeah, he literally, I mean, it's an endless font of deck ideas.
Yes. They're all coming. So what's Patrick's play here? He's got an angler. He's got a dismember.
So you know that the elf deck doesn't have any like significant sweepers in it. The thing he has to be afraid of is infinite mana combos. Azuri coming down. So even if he plays Azuri, there's still a turn before he can untap and like effectively like make Azuri like very good.
You have to be wary of Collected Company off the top into Archdruid Azuri.
Right. That would be the best possible.
That's how Luke wins this game now.
Yeah. And so as the Death Shadow player, I'm going to start attacking. Especially if I'm going to play like another blocker. Like if he just gets in with a 3/3 here. I mean, he threatens Fatal Push so that Luke has to like block with like lots of creatures.
Yeah. But I mean, with the way this Grixis Death Shadows deck is put together, he can pay life for pretty much everything. Draws a cord. That's good. That's exactly what he wants. Not right now. He's going to pass.
No, I'd be interested in resolving it here. Leaving up a mana, because you can play it for
3. That's what you want.
Okay, yeah. So you do need to pass so that, because you don't want your Azuri to come out without a. Oh, you can't regenerate Azuri specifically, can you?
Correct.
Yeah, I'd just do it at end of turn then. Okay, he's gonna go for it. It looks like 3,
He's at
6
20,
mana.
so it's not the end of the world. I would have much rather passed, gone for it at end of turn. You might not even get a Azuri in that situation. You might get an Elvish Archdruid if he swings in with his 2 guys.
Sure. Yeah, and that way you can do some real blocking. The other thing I'm concerned about is I don't want to run into a Stubborn Denial, which sometimes this deck has.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason to rush the effect.
Correct.
I mean, you only get so many shots.
That's absolutely true. And
like, the elf deck's pretty watered down in that it's got like 8 to 10 cards that are like really, really powerful.
I like the Archdruid here. I would have liked the Archdruid more on Patrick's turn. Just because if Patrick's not swinging now.
He missed his Nettle Sentinel trigger as well. I hate to see that.
Yeah. You're going to carry that weight.
Yeah.
So Patrick has Snapcaster, Dismember in hand.
Okay. Which member?
This one. It might be worthwhile to just let Luke untap, pay the full mana for the Dismember on the Archdruid in the attack, and eat some guys that way. Maybe pay 2 life if you need to pump up your Death Shadow.
Like he gets to play a land here too.
Oh man, land here too is good. I wouldn't play a land untapped if it's a shock though.
I would play.
Your life
no, I would. Here's why.
Here's why.
Because if Luke attacks, you can then monitor your life total to be as high or as low as you want. Like you can pay 2. You could play. Oh, no. Yeah, that's bad. You could play 4 twice for the Dismember to Dismember and Snap and Dismember again. So like you can go to 6, dismembering the Archdruid and the Nettle Sentinel. You block 3 creatures and take 2.
Hold on a second. I don't.
Going to 4, and then you're
out of control here. So it's 2 mana for each black on the Dismember. So if we play it
I mean,
untapped, we go to 8. And we dismember, snap, dismember, we're dead.
You're right.
Can't do that.
You can't?
That would be a bad play. You can, but that would not be a good play.
All right.
I would not be down with that. I do like putting it into play untapped, and then you could just sit back on the dismember mana and hit the Archdruid on attacks. You're dead to like a collected company or a second Court of Calling, I guess.
Yeah.
Archdruid's tapping for 7.
Maybe it's play the land, attack with the angler, and just pass. Because then you're playing around all the possible draws from Luke with your dismember.
With which member?
This one.
Okay. So I think it's a bit aggressive to attack with the angler.
You gotta
then you're
attack
just
eventually. You don't have enough on the board to kill him in one fell swoop.
right, but you can very easily draw like a fatal push, and then fatal push, snap, fatal push,
Okay, he's gone to 8.
and then that's very good.
I'm just passing here.
Yeah, I don't want to cast anything main phase.
Definitely, I don't want to cast anything because that leaves you dead to all his draws.
Right. All right, so we're dismembering the Archdruid now, fearing
Which
mana.
one?
Dismember.
Okay.
Oh man, this is all kinds of backwards.
Well, this is okay. I think he's so he definitely has to fade some outs here, but like
A lot of outs.
yeah.
That Nettle Sentinel does not untap.
Concur. Let's see if we're gonna realize that or not.
We should definitely get
Get
involved.
Get involved
because
there.
that is not.
There we go.
There we go. Tap that.
A little tap
that.
taparoo.
What's the draw here? What is that card?
I don't know.
Maybe
It's
lean your
another
head up a
foil.
little more.
Another foil.
You could peek around there.
I always do that.
I know.
I was also the kid playing Mario when you're like 8
Yeah.
and like when you like I would move the controller like hoping Mario would jump higher. If I did that, it never was the case.
Yeah, he doesn't jump higher, as it turns out. Another land for Patrick. Well, he can
Another one.
snap dismember here.
So this card in hand had to be an instant. I can't imagine it's a creature that he doesn't play.
Yeah, I don't understand what it could be. Maybe a foil cord?
It's a foil, but a lot of his deck's foil. He's got a lot of hot foil action in that deck.
Disagree.
Well, we're all allowed to be wrong.
So have you heard? Oh, it's a Crater Hoof Behemoth.
Whew.
Not the draw he was hoping
Hoofing
for. Patrick attacking for 5 the other way.
Yeah. He's just shown him that he has no regard for either of these creatures. Each of these guys is equally dead.
So, the latest on the foiling front, there is a legacy deck that plays Kess, Dissident Mage. You know what this card is? I had it in that Wizards, the commander card from Wizards that during your upkeep, you can cast in as your sorcery from a graveyard.
Okay. Is this one of the partner ones that only came in foil?
Not one of the partner ones, it's one of the tribal ones, but yes, it only came in foil.
Okay.
And it was considered marked because of the curling effect. Here it is, Kess Dissonant Mage.
Yep.
So it was considered marked because of like the curling on the foil.
Right.
And the guy got a game loss and had to go try to buy another Kess. But everyone he found was like curled because it's just,
That's
shitty
the way it is.
cardstock, shitty printing, yeah. So that's my opinion of foils, right there.
Oh.
And it has been for years. But
Yeah, you don't have to sell me on the fact that, like, foils are superfluous. Like, I'm somebody who loves promos.
Oh, yeah.
And if they would just quit printing foil, like, just give me alternate arts or give me full arts or give me...
Yeah. No
give
more
me,
foils.
Like, give me, like, old borders
If you like foils, I'm sorry you're wrong.
Well, I mean, if you like foils, it's great. Play with all foils. But, like, who's got time? I ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah,
Shout out to that lady. I heard she's off drugs and has a job.
Really?
Yeah.
Thought Scour.
There's a draw step. Not a draw step, an additional draw from Thought Scour. So this Death Shadow deck really produces a lot of interesting lines.
Absolutely.
Do you think the addition of Jace to the format is going to create or remove interesting play from the format?
Remove.
All right.
Yeah, Jace is a very powerful card that can do a lot of things, but none of those things are particularly interactive.
Sure.
So I do know that both of the cards that got unbanned, Jace and Bloodbraid Elf,
Cost 4.
cost 4. Nightmares for Lantern Control.
I don't think that had much to do with
No,
their
I'm not
unbanning.
saying it did. So you can, yes, our spotter monkey, Jake, the monkey Valentine, has noted that you can at least whirf a pith needle against Jace, but Bloodbraid destroys it. So Bloodbraid's good against it. It doesn't destroy it. You can control their Cascade. It just really taxes your mill rocks.
Yep.
And having to pithing needle for Jace is pretty rough when it's going to come in matchups where you're already pretty taxed.
So Cascade is a triggered ability, and when that trigger is on the stack, you can then use your Lantern to see the top card of the deck and use the mill rocks to decide which card gets cascaded into.
So if they have like a land on top of their deck, you can mill the land to see what they're going to cascade into.
Right, especially if you have like more than one mill effect going on at the same time. It's
As
very
is
good.
often the case.
All right. Here's this Death Shadow poking away. We have the Olympic athlete from Llanowar blocking.
And he did. I don't like chump blocking ever with this.
You can't gang block against this deck. I mean, he's just gonna, Colgan's command, fatal push, and then you're just like 5 for 1.
I agree. You just let it go through.
You go to 4?
Yeah, you go to 4. I would have just been attacking. Like the first time he turned that Grandmac Angler sideways, all my guys would have been in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going in.
All right, let's bash faces.
Also the reason why I would have courted end of turn instead of during my main phase, so he doesn't know like the Alpha Strike math.
Right. This particular game makes me
Wow.
Makes me wonder if
Jake in chat with quite the statement. Diversity does not make a good format, in my opinion.
So that depends on your definition of good. And in my mind, good means that a lot of people can enjoy it.
Right.
And so diversity gets the most number of people playing a format. Like, obviously, Jake's not going to play a diverse format because he wants to know what the best deck is so he can just bash it repeatedly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's fine. I mean, I've done that in many a format. I don't know if I'm playing the best deck in Standard right now, but I'm interested in finding out if there was a best deck that's like definitive. I would absolutely play it because
I gotcha.
I just want to Jeez, I'm not playing that deck.
I got
but
you,
like
bro.
for example, the one PPTQ season, we played Mardu Green. 3 people,
Yeah.
us 2 and our friend Carl, all played it on consecutive weekends, all qualifying for the RPTQ. And it was just the best deck, and we just, that's what we
I don't
did.
know that that was the best deck of that format. That was certainly the best deck for those tournaments.
Okay.
But yeah.
That format was very, it was a great format, to be fair.
All
right, here is a Razor Verge Thicket. And the Elves deck, the window is closing for it to do anything.
Jake has commented that if you're playing red, you're playing the best deck, or at least best deck A.
Yeah, I'm playing a best deck.
Yeah.
And I think I have it next leveled with the Path to Metal. But that's standard, so we're not gonna expound upon that and pontificate on it too much here.
All in, here we go.
On our hot modern action. You know, I'm hitting that.
How about you calm down there, pal?
That Shift F7, Professor.
Hard casting the Street Wraith. We're at that point of the game. Luke Browning, please concede. Don't draw that card. It's not going to matter.
Things that matter do not include that card. I hope that's a Growing Rights of Icklemok.
I hope it's a Nissa.
It's some sort of checklist card. I could see Growing Rights of Icklemok, like 2 of in this Elves deck.
Yeah, no, it's 100% in the deck.
You get like Crater Behemoth, Azuri, you know what I mean? There's like all the hits.
Yeah, there's a lot of big hits and a lot of big payoffs.
It's going to flip a lot too.
So, game 2 is not good for Luke.
No.
Game 1, so in this matchup, game 1 is a must-win for him, and it's not an easy match.
Yeah, Engineered Explosives is a bad news Bears card for the Elves deck.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad news Bears cards coming out of Patrick's board here.
Do you think he plays... Is it Staticaster? I'm not kidding. That card's the bee's
He 100%
right now.
plays Is it Staticaster. I'm laughing at the comments in chat.
What are the comments? Man, we got the crowd here. We're rolling deep in the
Best
commentary
Jace
booth
deck
tonight.
after unbanning. I mean, you have to go with Jeskai, right?
Yeah, you just take the Jeskai shell and jam it in week 1.
No, you can't just jam it in.
Yeah, you do. You just jam it in there.
You don't just jam it in there, man.
No, you gotta...
You gotta find room for it and then, like, test it in there. You gotta slowly put it in and figure out what works best.
Figure out what feels comfortable for everybody involved.
You 100% don't want 4 Jaces, 4 Cryptic Commands in a deck. That you'll just lose. That's done.
All right.
And all right. Boggles is not the best Jace deck. I will fight you over that one.
Is he saying the best deck with Jason or the best anti-Jace deck?
Boggles is the best Jace deck.
Yeah, that can't be the case.
Yeah, he's obviously being a little sarcastic.
I think Boggles is a good anti-Jace deck.
You think so?
Yeah, it's low to the ground. It's hard to interact with. Your spells outnumber their counter spells. Their Path to Exiles are really bad.
Right. So they only need to... There's very few spells that they actually need to counter once they get rid of the first bobble. Or boggle, sorry.
Yeah.
So it's not as good as you're making it out to be, I think, but it's still pretty good. It's difficult for them to deal with the first boggle.
I'm with Patrick Chapin on his Jace deck. He put up a Grixis list.
Oh, sure.
That was just like starts with Thoughtseize, Jace's, has some Dreadbores in it.
So Patrick Chapin's always going to start with Grixis.
Yeah, no,
so that's not a surprise.
I think it's good. I mean, I think it maximizes the other best blue card in the format, which is Snapcaster Mage.
Okay.
And I think that's what you want to do. I think.
So what do you think? Snapcaster Thoughtseize is better than Snap Bolt?
Porque no los dos.
Or Snap Helix?
I think it's better than Snap Helix.
I don't think so. I think you want
Helix in there to keep the life total high.
You want the life total high. You want the maximum amount of that spot removal. I don't know what we're waiting on here. We're apparently looking for sideboards. Oh, nope.
Yeah, fire it up.
It's from a standard deck. Let's put this over here. Okay, this is the modern deck. Okay, got it. There's your Is It Staticaster.
just so the floor ruling used to be you had 3 minutes to sideboard.
Is it still the floor ruling?
I haven't checked in a year, but I can't imagine why that. You know what I mean? I read all the updates, and I don't remember reading an update to that ruling.
I'm gonna like set up an app to be like a 3-minute countdown, and the second like one player loses,
like you have to be presented in 3 minutes.
Right. I'm gonna go. Bam. Here we go. Let's count it down.
Yeah.
I have some people waffling on the sideboards. Waffling hard.
No, I mean, like, I think there's room to think about it.
Absolutely.
But I don't think there's any room to, like, you know, we're not doing, you know, Chinese calculus over there.
What does that even mean? You made our good friend Kyle leave because you're making racist comments.
That's not a racist comment. Imagine doing calculus in a different language.
Look, man, numbers look the same, no matter what language you're in.
But there's words in calculus.
Not necessarily. All right.
How do we feel about this? Check out this last card in his hand. I think it's a Chord of Calling as an extension.
I think those have no room anywhere but the kitchen table, but
all right, here is a
Llanowar Elf.
Olympic athlete from Llanowar.
All right, Kyle's giving you a second chance. He's coming back. Can we please just tone down the old grandpa racism?
That's not racist. D-Spark, thanks for the follow. Despite my apparent, I mean, I'm not very sensitive. I'm the worst. I'm a bad person. Patrick all the way down to 15.
That's aggressive here. And man, has he got some choices. So we've got Cord, and the Shaman of the Pack. Is that what the name of that card is? I can never remember that one.
Yes, it's called Shaman of the Pack. We've got one here.
Oh, we got a Shaman of the Pack?
Yeah, there's one in this pack.
Does Shaman of the Pack?
It was the Shaman of your Eternal Masters pack.
Oh, great. Not the Shaman I was looking for.
Not the Shaman I was looking for. We were looking for that Elf Shaman.
Yeah.
Yep, that red-green one. I don't know. I know that I bought...
The red-black one is what I was looking for, actually.
Which Shaman is red-black?
In this set?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, green-black. There's the Shaman of the Pack that's in his hand. That's what he's waffling over. This is an important card for this match because if Luke can just slow roll it, eventually he's going to have enough elves to make it lethal because Patrick's naturally going to be getting himself pretty low.
So I don't know exactly what's in Patrick's hand, but I know his deck is just like...
Kozilek Return, Collective Brutality, Young Pyromancer.
I've got Kozilek's Return in my hand and I take the Chord of Calling. Here's the thing, Chord of Calling is a card that requires him to commit a lot to the board in order to make it the most effective. So as long as you don't let him get to the point where he can chord for like a Crater Hoof, then like chords like, you know, it's very good that he gets on the board because then you can just Kozilek's Return him.
He gets on the board with Cord.
Yeah. Let him get all over that board.
All right, here's a follow-up Llanowar Elf. The draw off the Elvish Visionary was a collected company, and that's going to be ready next turn.
Solid draw step. Additional draw during the turn.
So we've got all this talk about Jace, and rightly so, because Jace is
he's a big deal.
Powerful, exciting card. It's a big deal. Can we talk for a second about Bloodbraid Elf?
I think
Can we?
Okay, so the thing I'm really excited about for both these cards, but Bloodbraid Elf specifically, is that like there's a lot of players playing Modern that have never played with either of these cards.
Sure.
And so we're gonna get this whole education that we went through in Standard, you and I went through in Standard, where you have to build your deck so that your Bloodbraid Elf is maximized. Right.
Here's Bloodbraid Elf. I have a hard time.
Can we get the original printing? Because this art is not good. The original art is awesome.
This art is on point.
Of the 3 arts, I think this is the worst one.
The original one is by far
Oh,
the
no,
worst.
that's great. Here's the thing.
Oh, God, don't tell me the thing. I don't even want to know the thing if it's going to have to do with this.
Here's why.
Go on.
This Bloodbraid Elf is not about aesthetics. She's about coming down and beating ass.
How is she beating ass? She weighs like 60 pounds. This is my favorite, actually. We've got a hasty elf, a 3/2.
Yeah, this
always
one's
attacking,
vicious.
and
This
this one
one's
is in
vicious.
your face.
The one with the braids, though, I can't handle.
I like
can't
that way
handle-
more than the original.
I
This is
don't-
my favorite, though.
I think it's wrong to expect elves to be beautiful all the time.
Okay.
I want to see some elves that are down and dirty and getting rumbling.
Well, this one's down and dirty. You've ever seen Crush the Blood Braided?
Trying to think.
I don't even know if he's an elf, but he's got blood braids.
Yeah.
So maybe he is.
Anyway, so people are gonna. I mean, I can't wait till people like blood braid into their.
Get out of here with this.
Ancestral vision.
Get out of here
This
with
is the
this.
worst ancestral vision art. The new art is real nice.
The
on that
new
card.
art is very nice. I'll give you that. So ancestral vision. A lot of people are talking about cascading into ancestral vision.
Oh,
It's ridiculous. Just stop it.
yeah. Just
We're
bite me.
not playing shardless. Now this is one I can get behind.
No, I can't wait until people cascade into their thought seizes and their opponent's just empty-handed and they're just like, all right, I guess I take 2 on this one.
Well, you don't have to take 2.
Oh, you don't have to cast it?
Yeah, you put it right on the bottom.
All right, well.
I can't wait for Taylor to do that to me though. For the first time, just be like, all right, well, you can take 2 this time, but next time,
Next time, you should
slide it on the bottom.
You just finished reading that old card.
And
Just
there's a Tarmogoyf.
slip, slide it under there.
Just slide it under there. Patrick down to 8. He needs to get something on the board quick.
Maybe I'll build, if there's a straightforward Jund deck, maybe I'll build it. I'm not good enough to play the go long Jund deck that exists right now. Like, I know that I will mess that deck up 100% of the time.
Okay. I mean,
I
don't
can
think
figure it out. I could learn it. I'm not
Yeah.
saying I could learn it. I'm just saying I don't know it. And it would find it very frustrating to spend the month or 2 it would take to learn that kind of, you know, prolonged play and where my removal goes and all that stuff. But, like, you give me a straightforward Jund deck where I just get to, like, Bloodbraid and Tarmogoyf and Bob and just attack and that kind of stuff, I'm very happy.
ban cards are not being played tonight. Jake
week-
mentioned in chat that you play Jace and Bloodbraid and then brainstorm the Ancestral Vision under Bloodbraid Elf so that you get the cascade into it. And here's the thing. I don't know if Jake has played with Jace before. You don't need 3 cards when you've got Jace. You've got all the cards. Anything you want is right at your fingertips.
I have a question for next round. We don't have to answer this now, but I was thinking today about what does the Jace leveling look like? Like, what's your next level of, like?
Well, we can no longer be on the baby Jace level of Jace leveling.
Oh,
that was
that
a
was
sweet
so
level.
sick. So the Planeswalker rule used to be that if a Planeswalker was in play,
Of the same type.
of the same type, so it's a Planeswalker dash Jace, you
On
couldn't,
either side of the board.
you couldn't play.
No, you could, but they would both die. They would legend rule die.
Oh,
So you had to even play out your Jace to kill their Jace.
sure. And then if they untap, they could just re-Jace you.
Yeah.
Um,
Patrick going to 7 to set up this Kozilek's return.
That's fine. You just wipe this board. He knows what's in hand, right? He knows he's facing down this Coord.
Yeah, Dreadbore is great against Jace if you can resolve it. Bolt's pretty good. The issue is that in these Jace decks, they're not playing it out on turn 4 and being like, okay, let me see what you got. They're like grinding out in control, and then like when you have known resources and you know exactly what you're getting into, then they're like, all right, here's Jace. I have the answer I needed.
Here's why
Deal with it.
Here's why the card's so good. So you look at the Jeskai decks now and the way they play out.
Mhm.
They've got to finish you with the Celestial Colonnade that hits you like 3 or 4, sometimes even 5 times.
Yeah.
And just imagine, instead of Celestial Colonnade attacking you, they just get to play a card that says you can no longer win the game. They just have a 4-mana Platinum Angel.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really good.
That's what happens on, like, turn 7. So
And if you draw, like, runner creatures, and you're like, all right, I'm going to get in there. I get in under the removal, through the counters magic. There's like, all right, -1. We'll see if we draw an answer next turn.
Right.
It's very, very good.
Yeah.
So if you're planning on playing Modern...
If you get to that point where you draw runner creatures, they've been fate sealing you. Do you remember how bad that feels? When somebody looks at the top card of your deck and they can put it on the bottom and they just leave it there, they're like, oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, nothing feels worse. That's like your mom texting you while you're at school going, hey, we need to talk when you get home. You're just like, oh, man, this is not going to end well.
Absolutely. Why play Jace when you can play Karn? Get out of here with that. I will fight you, Jake Valentine.
Jace is about 3 magnitudes, order of magnitudes better than Karn.
What are we doing here?
Oh no, what did you do?
Can you even do that? Can you even produce green mana? It doesn't look like it.
Nope.
Pretty sure this is not a legal play.
Pretty sure we just cheated. Whoop. Alright, so he gets the cord into the graveyard. Man, I guess that's an additional reason to not take that cord. It takes 3 green to cast that bad boy, doesn't it?
Yeah, and this is not good for Luke. This is exactly what you didn't want to see.
Yeah, this isn't going to end well. In fact, going to end poorly.
He could draw a collected company and like slowly ease his way back in here. But nope, doesn't look like that's going to happen. He scoops it up. Patrick wins 2-0, about what I would expect from this matchup. We'll be back here in about 10 minutes for another round of hot modern action, where we're going to discuss whatever it is you said we were going to discuss.
Jace leveling.
Jace leveling.
I'm afraid that's something I cannot allow to happen.